HB 208, Vice Chair and the Chair.
Wait. House Bill 208, correct? Mr. Gonzalez, if you'll read the bill.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Members, this House Bill 208 by Representative Villio provides relative to additional penalties for certain domestic violence offenses.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Members, domestic violence, strangulation, unfortunately, is a very prevalent crime and very serious. Any reported history of strangulation places the person at a higher risk for more serious violence or homicide by the hands of their intimate partner. The perpetrator strangles as a form of power and control over their intimate partner by controlling their breathing. This pressure can lead to a loss of consciousness within 5 to 10 seconds and causes death within a few minutes. Strangulation is now recognized as one of the most lethal forms of violence, and strangulation may cause long-term health consequences. A person's behavior may become more combative. The victim may also suffer from PTSD, depression, suicidal ideations, memory problems, nightmares, anxiety, severe stress reaction, amnesia, and psychosis. Additionally, from 1988 to 2016, 136 officers were killed responding to domestic disturbances, according to the FBI. By comparison, 80 were killed during drug-related arrests for the same period. So I bring this bill in an effort to increase the penalties for strangulation. Currently, I believe the penalty in some instances is up to 3 years. And in other instances where there's serious bodily injury, I believe it is up to 8. And quite frankly, it's just an insufficient penalty for the serious nature of this particular crime. And my legislation would bring the penalty to not less than 5 nor more than 50 years without benefits when there is serious bodily injury. And this is a Louisiana District Attorneys Association package bill, and I would ask for favorable passage, and we'll take any questions.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Rep. Knox.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you, Representative Villio. I was just inquiring as to the definition of serious bodily injury. And just for the record, it is really serious bodily injury.
Absolutely.
And I can appreciate the fact that you're bringing this because I happen to know in some cultures, strangling a woman in particular is a way of control and compliance.
That is my understanding, Rep. Knox, as I've been working on this bill. I've been approached by many, and I've been provided a lot of information that led me to believe that this was truly the right bill to bring in. And I believed, just like yesterday, my 2 bills had bipartisan support, and I believe that this bill as well would enjoy bipartisan support. And for that reason, it just further encouraged me to believe that this was absolutely the right thing to do. And when we talk about serious bodily injury, as I indicated to you, not only are we referring to serious bodily injury by definition in the criminal code, but the very nature of this particular crime, as I indicated in my opening, serious bodily injury can occur within 5 to 10 seconds, as well as death. And for that reason, I believe that the penalties currently on the books are wholly inappropriate and disproportionate to the nature of the crime.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We don't have any more questions from the committee. We do have some green cards. President would like to speak. Darren Alleman with the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office. President would like to speak. Brandy Melissa, present and would like to speak.
Sure. Good morning, members. Darren Alamon with the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office. We appreciate, Madam Chair, bringing this bill. I'll be very brief. To go back to what Representative Knox said, there's a global definition of serious bodily injury in the code. This body created that global definition in 2018. It's in 14.2c. Bodily injury, which involves unconsciousness, extreme physical pain, protracted and obvious disfigurement, protracted loss or impairment of the function of a bodily member, organ, or mental faculty, or substantial risk of death. And the only thing I would add to the chair's remarks is, logistically, the way we did this, we made strangulation mirror the already existing law on domestic abuse burning. Burning has a bifurcated penalty. 0 to 3 is the base penalty. 5 to 50 is a serious bodily injury penalty. So all we're doing here is making strangulation mirror burning. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. No questions so far. Brandy? Please state your name for the record.
It's going to be on. You'll see it when it.
I'm Brandy. For the y'all that don't know me, I'm usually up here a lot, but not so much now. To ensure justice is served for victims of domestic violence strangulation whose lives have been forever changed due to the heinous act, I urge a yes vote on HB 208 by Representative Villio. When I was 6 years old, my mom survived a violent attack in front of me that left her unconscious on our dining room table from asphyxiation caused by strangulation. My dad later told her that he didn't intend for her to walk away from that, but she was a fighter, hence why I'm sitting here with a smashed brain and crushed skull caused by his violence against her during her pregnancy in 1983. This is my MRI from February of 2023. If it wasn't caused by domestic violence, my medical diagnosis would be a cranial. Domestic violence strangulation can cause immediate death, and if survivor leads to memory loss, brain injury, and impact vision and basic task performance, among other challenges. At 37, my mom was writing down wash dishes. Aggravated cuts and bruises from the strangulation, as well as years of being beaten in the head, led to aneurysms that took my mom's life 18 months after they were found in 2016. Despite this, she remained determined not to let unwelcome discoveries of even an epilepsy diagnosis on my 34th birthday hold her back. Recognizing the intention behind strangulation shouldn't be difficult. It's obviously done with malicious intent, because when you strangle somebody, you cut the blood flow off to their brain. We must prioritize the safety and well-being of those who have suffered from or are at risk of domestic violence strangulation by supporting HB 208. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy, and we appreciate that you come.
I don't
you
know, this
represent
is
your
the
mother.
condition my mom's been in since Thanksgiving Eve 2017.
Yes.
I had to climb through her living room window and find her.
Yeah. Rep. Ventrella.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. I just wanted to say to you, ma'am, thank you so much for your bravery in coming here today. It's truly commendable how you have taken this negative in your life and turned it into such a positive thing to speak out for victims. So at the appropriate time, I would like to move this bill favorably.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. We also have a green card with Zach Daniels, present and would provide information if needed from the Louisiana District Attorneys Association, Executive Director. Kevin Hayes, President and in support, but do not wish to speak. Chiefs of Police Association. Mariah Wineski, Louisiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence, is President and in support, but do not wish to speak. Scott Kirkpatrick, Chiefs of Police, present and in support, but does not wish to speak. We have a few red cards. One more card? Good. Present and in support but do not wish to speak, Michael Renazzi from the Louisiana Sheriff's Association. Thank you. A few red cards, a couple red cards. Bruce Riley, present and in opposition but do not wish to speak. Chico Yancey, although I do not wish to speak, present and in opposition. Madam Chair, you may close.
Thank you, members. I would ask that this very important instrument be passed favorably, and I waive closing otherwise.
So we have a motion by Rep. Ventrella to report this bill favorably. Is there an objection? Seeing no objection, this bill will be reported favorably.
Thank you, members.
Thank you, members.